Oh.
Oh,
no!
That's why we're outside.
That's a code brown
Beer
right there.
Yeah,
down.
he just spilled his beer that I had to
all over
buy
my
him
phone,
special.
and now it's all in my
no.
shorts, and I'm all wet.
over my couch.
Oh no!
Oh no!
You want a
I'm all wet.
timeout? Go get it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the outro edition of episode 113. We are coming to you live from Erika's porch. It is beautiful and warm. We have some friends here. I just got back from out Washington, and I am super excited to be sitting next to one of my best friends, 6-star Erika. What's up?
Oh, I could not ask for a better day, you guys. I'm having so much fun being out here. We've got Tara and Lindsay joining us today. I am excited to hear about how Mount Washington went. I mean, what more can you want?
Well, we've been talking about doing this for a while. We
Mhm.
got so lucky with the
Mhm.
weather because of how beautiful it is. It could be raining. But
Well, it
we've
could be
also-
like the 97 degrees it's supposed to be later this week. So it's not that today.
But
That's
what
good.
else have we been waiting to do for a long time?
Oh, I already cracked mine open.
You already cracked it open, but you've been wanting to have a drunken podcast.
Yeah.
This is our chance. So
Wait,
let's
do I need
crack
an
it open?
Do I need an Uber?
You might need an Uber.
So you were the only person that hadn't opened your
Yeah.
beverage.
Yep.
You
Off
didn't-
Yes, I haven't cracked
The
one
other
open.
three.
We did not get the heads up.
No, you two just the three
Once
of you just went
again,
right
Eric
at it. I
is
mean,
Hey,
stealing
I'm the
the
one who
show.
said I
Sorry.
wanted one first, and then
Sorry.
everybody else
you know
was
what?
like,
That's
yeah,
how
I'll
to
drink
tell
one.
someone has a problem. You
Bad.
couldn't wait to crack open your drink.
Excuse me.
Rude.
Fuck all the way off.
You know what else I'm excited for after we talk about through the outro? Next week's episode, you're going to get your big gift.
Okay.
But your big gift is right there. We're looking at it. And we're gonna
Staring at
record
the
it
back
after.
of it.
Yeah, tell everyone what it looks like.
Well, it is a large poster-sized frame thing. All I could see is a big cardboard back of it.
And you can definitely hang it.
Yes.
Yes.
There are hooks. So I'm excited to see what's on the other side.
4 people have seen this. 2 of them you're looking at across
Uh-huh.
the couch from us. The other 2 both actually said they would cry. So
Great. It
keep
seems
drinking.
like a recurring thing where around my birthday, he's going to give me gifts that will make me cry.
You
So
need to
last
take
year...
your sunglasses off so we can see.
Never! Sorry, yelling in the mic, but I'm wearing a pair of Gooders with the mirrored lenses so nobody can see me cry. But yeah,
They're taking those off for the gift. We'll
But
make sure it's dark out.
last year you set up the wonderful birthday messages. That video was awesome. Like, I cried a few times from watching that, so that was great.
Do you still watch it every day?
Not every day. I
Why
forgot
is
about
it my most downloaded or viewed reel on Instagram?
It is?
I just have a feeling you
I'm
watch
shocked,
every day.
actually.
It's actually not. You know what it is, though? Cool fun fact. The reel we did, it's like a minute and a half long of Yuki, where she's talking about her medals and how Eric tossed the bag.
Oh, yeah.
That is our most watched reel, not by watch count,
Mhm.
but by hours.
Oh, wow.
'Cause it's
so
a long-
people watched the whole
they
thing
watched
instead of just
over-
scrolling by.
Over like 18 hours of view time.
Wow.
People have watched that reel for 18 freaking hours.
Hey, Yuki, you're really
That's 'cause
cool.
Yuki is amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, Yuki is awesome. But this is the outro, and we're going to just do a quick little Mount Washington recap. I want to first say sorry to everyone else at Mount Washington. I would have loved to have done this with all of you, and we all talk about it. But we couldn't fit it in as we're taking a quick break. We're squeezing this in because Tara goes to me, I really want to hear about it. Tell me everything. And I said, you know what? No, we'll do it on the pod. We'll do it on the pod. We'll get some
Making us
content.
wait.
Because she has questions. And you said this is one of the hardest races you've ever done in your life.
Oh, hands down. And it's funny because you met Can You Run It?
Yes!
So I know him.
He has a name now.
What's-
Jesus.
Jesus. Oh, because he let you borrow the shades.
And he wears the same sunglasses I do.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but
He's an awesome dude, and I was like so happy that I saw like he was in your reel. But I was conversing with him yesterday because he was in a photo and I tagged him, and he was like, "Oh, that was the last like uphill part."
Yes.
And I was like, "Yeah, I remember that." And I go, "This race was definitely a one and done for me. Like it was the coolest race I've ever done, but the hardest race I've ever done, and I never want to do it again."
Well, all right. So I guess I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to be the guest.
Let us take over.
So
like,
take
let
over.
us just ask
Yeah.
you some questions.
All right, let's start. My only advice, start from the beginning.
Yeah. How did your week? When
Yeah.
did you go up?
Yeah.
Did you go up Friday?
We went up Friday. We packed the camper on Thursday, went to my parents because when you win a camper, you don't say no. And you just call your parents and say, I want a camper and I don't have anywhere to put it. Can I leave it at your house? So we went to their house Thursday night and we loaded up, packed the camper, and we left Friday. And we got to the campsite around 2:00. We beat everybody there. And I'll let you get into who
Yeah, I
was
was going to say,
everybody.
now when you say we, who is we?
Me and Adeline.
Oh, okay.
Yep, she was my Sherpa, my co-pilot.
Love that.
Yeah, we had a blast. She loves camping. We've been talking about it for a while now. We don't get to go as much as we want.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll do more soon. Maybe I'll do 1 or 2 trips with just me and her. But she came with me. We got there before everyone else. We actually had everything set up. I think we were putting out the last chair when our first guest arrived to the campsite, and that was Mike and Erin from the Will Run For podcast. Let me tell you this. We've never met before in person, but it did not feel that way.
I just love that. We have so many interactions with the podcast and just over Instagram. I feel like I know people and I have never actually met them. So it's really nice to know that you just went in there and they're instant friends.
It was instant hug, instant like high five, the guy hug, and you hugged Erin, and they were so great with Adeline, and they were awesome. So they came, and my camper was their camper. I've been texting them in the last 24 hours, and Mike's already looking up campers. So
Oh, no.
we had that game plan.
It's a big investment.
Nah, it's affordable, Mike. Do it.
Just hang out on Twitter.
Yeah. So
See, you make friends with people who have campers.
Yeah,
That's
or you
the
just
key,
win
so.
one randomly.
Yes.
Then you become a camper.
that's right. If you want to know how to win one, let me know. Reach out, slide into the DMs. I'll fill you in with some tricks because it's not the first time I won something on social media.
I know. You're kind of good at that.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Give us more tips.
I know, right?
Listen, I tried to use your trick of tweeting at like one of the vendors at the Sox game. Didn't work. Remember?
Yes.
He said he did it before and it worked
Well,
for him.
That was the
So,
first thing ever. I was looking for the
One-
guy
one of the
selling
ushers.
Cracker Jacks.
The Cracker Jacks.
And by the 7th inning, he didn't come. So I tweeted not just the Red Sox, but the company. It's like Amrak or something on the
threatened
shirt.
me with,
Yeah.
with bad
So
PR.
I
Here we
added them, and within half an inning, our entire row got free Cracker Jacks.
Oh, maybe I did it wrong.
I
then.
had to do the
I
company.
tweeted the actual beer,
go.
the actual brewery.
Yeah, no.
Well,
They're not going to.
yeah, beer might not give you free beer at an event.
No, I didn't need free beer. I
Lindsay,
just wanted them
it
to
was
actually come up to my
worth
seat.
a try.
Oh no,
though.
I gave the seat number, and
Yeah.
they brought us all Cracker Jacks. It was
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I gave them my section, and I was like, "Hey, can you send one of your ushers up here so I can actually buy one of your beers?" No,
Yeah.
nothing.
Hey, it was worth a try.
But anyways, back to the camper though. We Mike and Erin were our only guest, and I talked about that feeling where you just feel so comfortable right away around somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Well, somebody showed up, and instantly everyone was just in love with her, and we finally got to meet Nala.
Who is Nala? Tell us
Nala?
about Nala.
Nala is Sammy's dog.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. How can you not love a dog?
Mhm.
So I was actually really worried because when Sammy was like, "Where are you staying?" I go, "We're camping." So Sammy joined us. When we're going,
Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
there we go.
spoiler.
Okay.
we're
Not
going.
just her dog.
Not
I was
just
like,
She
No,
dropped,
her
her,
dog-
she dropped her dog off and left.
See you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Here's Nala.
her dog's welcome all the time. I'll dog sit that dog all the time, and somebody else will because here's the part of the story is when she's like, "Can I join you?" And I go, "Absolutely, you can join us. Bring a friend, whatever you want to do. Bring the dog." She tells me a couple days before, "I'm going to bring Nala," and I was like, "Ooh." I wonder if Mike and Erin, actually it's Michael, but I wonder if Michael and Erin are okay with dogs. And I got kind of nervous. And I sent Erin a text. I go, "Are you too cool with dogs? No one's allergic or anything?" She goes, "Do you listen to our podcast?" She goes, "I wear t-shirts that say, I will pet all the dogs." And so instantly Nala was a favorite of everybody. She came and she just fit right in, and everyone was like, "Oh, we'll watch Nala. Yeah, we'll take Nala for a walk. We'll go do whatever, go for a run. Can we take Nala for another walk?" Nala got so much freaking loving at the campsite. I mean,
Awesome.
it was awesome. So there was, it was Michael, as I was told. I'm one of the only people who call him Mike.
I think I'm probably the other one who does just because it's a habit. I don't know.
So it was Michael, Erin, Sammy, Nala, Adeline, and Erin also brought not Erin. And Sammy also brought a friend. His name was Michael too. So
Okay.
we had two Michaels.
Easy
So
to remember.
well,
Good.
I kept calling we'll run for Mike, to avoid any kind of confusion. So
are you on his shit list now? Is he like, oh, he calls me?
no,
Mike?
I think I think I'm not. I think I'm
Okay,
not. Especially after, I gave them the big bed in the camper, the big comfy
Oh,
one.
well, how nice
Yeah,
of you.
I didn't get a good night of sleep actually because I slept in the bottom bunk and the mattress is thin. It's
How
good for
big
kids.
is your freaking camper that you have bunk beds and a big bed?
It's a very small camper, 17-foot box.
I
Yeah.
just
How
yeah.
long is the bed? That's my question.
Just
like,
long-
do your feet
the-
touch the side
The
of the
bunk
camper?
bed just long enough for me.
Yeah.
The bunk bed just long enough for me.
Mm.
So, no, it's a good camper, comfy camper. But anyways, what else do you want? to know?
So,
So what
was
did you eat? So what did you do the night before?
Oh, great
What did you have?
story.
Yeah.
I was like, I got a grill. I'll take care of this. And last second, I decided to bring my dad's grill instead of the big griddle because that's just a lot of work. So Mike and Aaron got food. I think Sammy got food, and we're cooking the food, or we get it all prepped, and the grill won't turn on.
Oh.
Oh, no.
I tried to fire the grill up. I got a little nervous, and I'm like, oh, shit.
Was it out of propane?
No, it just wouldn't fire up. I had 2 full propane tanks. So I came in. Luckily, I had a camper that had a stovetop, and I cooked burgers and hot dogs in the camper on the stovetop. I improvised. I think it did a damn good job, especially cooking the cheeseburgers for someone who's never had cheese.
I feel like you can't screw up a cheeseburger even if you don't eat
Yeah.
cheese.
I mean, you know what melted cheese looks like?
I've
You
never
slap a
cooked
piece
it.
of
I've
cheese.
never
Like, is
cooked
that
anything
right?
with cheese. I mean, come on.
Hey,
so
you've used the fake cheese now. Well, I say fake cheese, vegan cheese.
it's practice, and actually, so the
Dairy-free
fake
cheese.
cheese,
Real cheese.
the fake cheese melts slower than the real cheese. So I had to time that right. I freaking aced it.
Nice work.
I did a good job. So yeah,
Nice work.
it was a good night. We had a fire. We relaxed. We were sleeping by 9:15 and up by 6:15, maybe.
So what about bib pickup? Was that Friday?
Oh, we went Friday. Yeah. So we set up the camper first. We got there and then we went and picked up the bibs. It got moved to a different location because of like a threat of thunderstorms,
Yes.
but it was fine. And that's actually where we saw Sammy and Michael for the first time because they were a little behind us. And then they came to the camper and set up. A little thing about Sammy and Michael's tent setup, little red flag. Sammy's Michael can't pitch a tent.
But ching.
I'm watching this and I'm just like,
Did you offer to help?
am I going to
though?
help? Well, I
Were
waited.
you a good Samaritan?
I waited for a little bit. I was like, I want to help, but I want to keep watching this for a little bit and see if they figure it out.
Wait, so does he not camp? Is he not a camper?
I don't think
Is
they've.
he not a
I don't
seasoned
think he's
camper?
ever put a tent up from what I was watching.
All right.
I
Not
mean,
gonna lie, I would probably struggle.
I
with
feel
that.
like tents nowadays are like pretty easy to put up.
well, he was,
hope
he was
so.
missing a few key parts, and I walked over. I'm like, do you mind if I?
You need
And he goes, absolutely yes.
Please do this for me. Don't make me.
I'm like,
don't
just
make me
put
do
this. You put this in the hole just like that because that's what it was. And you take the hook and you wrap it around the ring. You hook it to the ring, and it
You
was-
got to put it in the hole if you're
Yeah,
going to pitch a
yeah.
tent.
yes.
You do.
Also, I love
mean,
the
you've
visual.
pitched a tent before.
Put it
Oh,
in
yeah.
the hole.
The hole
Had
helps.
to
though.
Well,
do
he's
that.
looking at it one time.
Oh,
Oh,
no!
Oh, that
That's
was-
why we're outside.
that's a code brown
Beer
right there.
yeah,
down.
he just spilled his beer that I had to
all over
buy
my
him
phone,
special.
and now it's all in my
no.
shorts, and I'm all,
all
wet.
over my couch.
Oh no!
Oh no!
You want
I'm
a
all
time
wet.
out? Go get a paper towel.
No, go get the towel. We'll
You
keep
can
talking.
tell that's an outdoor couch because
Keep-
that beer just
keep-
beat it right up.
Keep asking me
forget what it's
questions.
called.
Erica's going to go get a towel. But what else do you want to know? So,
All right,
Okay,
so
so you
race day morning.
Bib pickup, race day morning when
Yes.
you wake up.
You
yeah.
got your bibs. You wake up early. What time did you have to get to the base? Or how far were you? How far were you camping from?
3
where
miles.
the-
3 miles, right?
So did you guys drove there? I'm
We were,
assuming.
yeah, we were wicked close.
How
So,
was it getting in there for traffic? Because the year that I ran it, it was
easy peasy because
Oh.
we're so close.
okay. Good.
But we kind of left late, but it turned out to be a blessing. Erin was a little nervous. This ties into the whole sunglasses thing. So we were like, we need to leave by 7:15 because the last cars need to be going up the mountain by 8. The race doesn't start till 9.
Yeah.
But Erin was our driver, and she and Adeline were going up, and it was a strict rule. 8:01, if you're not in line, you're not going up. So when my mind was focused at the camper with Adeline, make sure she has everything, a jacket, a sweater, a hat, gloves. I didn't even think about myself. I didn't have any fuel. I only ate a muffin. I did remember to kind of lube up. But as we finally left at 22 past, so we're now 7 minutes late than we wanted to leave, I was like, oh, can we turn around and get my sunglasses? Erin's like, no freaking way am I missing that line and not going to get up there. We were one of the last 3 cars in line. It was a blessing because you're last in, first out.
Oh, that's true.
Nice.
And when we were first out and we went to the across the street, we took some pictures. We're looking, you can see the line as it snakes up the mountain and all the cars. I've never seen the parking lot. I'm going way too fast forward here. I've never seen the parking lot so full in my life up there. And I've been to top of Mount Washington 15, 20 times, hiked it, skied it, the adaptive hike, all the above, right? The only thing I have to do now is bike it and drive a rally car up it since I just ran up it. So that's on the list. When I'm wealthy, I'm going to get a
Travis
rally
Pastrana,
car.
if you're
Yes,
listening.
Yes.
100%.
We need a passenger seat.
I don't think
Eric is not driving up that.
I don't and when that happens, my goal isn't to beat Pastrana, just to beat his slowest time.
I'm
How
not.
about
I
you
don't know.
get up there alive? That should be goal number one.
That sounds that right there though. No, thank you. That sounds so.
I want to do it.
Has he ever?
Dangerous.
They don't let you
No.
race down the mountain, do
No.
they? Okay.
But
'cause-
would that be cool?
no.
That's-
No. Oh my god.
Absolutely
Coming
not.
down that mountain in a vehicle is like,
What about a bike?
And driving
A
like
bicycle.
normal speed.
yeah, normal. Like, and I'm 5 miles an hour at
Yeah.
normal speed.
What about a
Terrifying.
bicycle?
Oh no.
Oh, come
Fuck
on.
no.
I would
Come on.
die. That's how I would die.
I don't even
brakes
wanna
would go
up
out.
The mountain. I don't want
Yeah. No.
No.
I have no,
No.
desire.
thanks.
Okay. Anyways.
At least you'd die, get some good airtime, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you know what would happen? I would live.
Not worth it.
I would live through that.
no.
That would be me.
That would be the worst.
Yeah. That would be terrible. It's horrible.
Terrible.
So
Hey.
So anyways, we got there around 7:30 because it's only a 3-mile drive. And Mike, Sammy, and I got out of the car and we roamed around. And Adeline and Aaron went up, and the other Michael, he stayed at the campsite with Nala. I think
take
we
that
realized Nala could have came with us and gone up to the top, and Aaron would have had no problem
Oh.
dog sitting Nala. So no, like I said,
Remember
everyone will
that
dog
for
sit Nala,
next year.
the greatest dog ever. So, yeah, we roamed around. We were there 90 minutes early. I had no sunglasses. So my goal was to find sunglasses, and very luckily, Sammy knew someone there. His name was Sam, but you call him what, Tara?
Well, his Instagram handle is Can You Run It?
That's right.
Yes.
And so he came to do a warm-up run with us. He goes, I got you. And he hooked me up with some spare sunglasses. He goes, I always bring spares just for when people forget like this.
Oh,
I'm like,
that is so thoughtful.
I'm like, I don't forget. I was just worried about my daughter, and I wanted to make sure she was okay, and I was less worried about me. And I was like, I don't need sunglasses to do the run. I need them to look good because I look like crap without them.
So
Nice.
cool.
But you'll learn. It turned out I was very fortunate to have sunglasses running up that hill. So we got there super early. I had so much fun. I saw Mo, and Mo gives the best hugs. And when I talk about
He
Mo,
does.
I'm talking about Maurice, the running panda.
Mm-hmm.
That guy gives the greatest hugs. Have you ever gotten a hug from Mo?
I think before Boston because I saw him at Athletes Village.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure.
It's up
I could
there.
be wrong.
It's
Mo, you
got to
can
be a
correct me,
top
but I-
3 hug.
Yeah.
I mean, unless
I
you're
mean-
awkward and uncomfortable with hugging and people and touching.
I'm awkward, but I'm pretty sure I'm
Okay.
great at hugging. I will say that about myself.
Mo was awesome. I saw a few. I saw my cuz
That's right,
Blake Tyler, and he had a friend Brian that we've met before.
Yes,
Brian
yes.
Severance?
Yes,
Mhm.
Brian
Oh,
Severance.
I know Brian.
He's insane. You guys should have
They
him.
were
He's
on the
so
Delta
fast,
Dental
so
team.
Yes, they were.
fast.
Yes.
They were. They're on the
Yeah.
Delta Dental team. And
Was Sam on that too?
Yes.
Because
Yep.
I
Yep.
saw that picture, the group picture.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's really cool.
yep. So Blake, I saw him. I saw a few others. It's funny. I saw one person that I guarantee I knew.
Yeah.
And I ran by her running, and I'm like, I think that's Kim. And Kim I met in 2017 at Ironman Mount Tremblant as she was sherping. She was a sherp.
Yes.
White Neil.
Here we go. Sweeping.
All right, so you
It's a
short-
cross between a Sharpie and a Sherpa.
She was there cheering on her husband, and so we were talking, and we were all cheering together, me and Scott Blackskids and Kimberly. And so when I did the race a couple years later, because we would see her every year, I remember getting off the bike and thinking, okay, I'm going to see my family around this corner. And this girl, this crazy blonde girl's cheering for me, going crazy. And I'm like, who's this babe? Cheering my name. And I'm like, oh, it's Kim. I totally forgot. Like, you're here. This is amazing. She's cheering for me. So I 98% sure I saw her, and I'm like, I know who that is. And I think Sammy goes, you know everybody.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I do know a lot of people.
you do know a lot of people, and you're just as bad as well, not bad. I mean, you know equally as many people as Danielle does. So my college roommate, which we will get into that, I'm sure,
I
during
know
our
Danielle.
foundations episode. But she is she's from Rhode Island, but she went to school in New Hampshire, and I swear, anywhere she goes, she could be in Florida, she could be in California. Like she could be in Europe or for all I care, and she'd find
find someone.
somebody she knew
Yeah.
somehow, and it just blows my mind how she can do that. So, if you remember all the people from like North Carolina and
Yeah.
bada bing bada boom,
Like I've seen
it's just
Kimmy 3
crazy to
times in
me.
my life, and I
Mhm.
was instantly like, "That's Kimmy. She must be running up."
That's
I got to
good.
double
Like,
check.
that
You know-
hot blonde. That's why
That
you
helps,
remembered.
right?
I got to double check on that. I hope her husband Mike is listening and just goes, "Yeah, you're right. She's hot.
You're like,
She's mine."
Here's a hot blonde.
Yeah.
Back off.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Instead of them being like, "Dude, stop talking about my hot wife," be like, "Damn straight, she's hot."
all right, so you
Well,
do you line up?
yeah.
You
The
get-
only
you get in
thing I
line.
want to say before we get into the start was,
Yeah.
I loved being there so early and like doing a proper warm-up run and seeing a ton of people, and it was beautiful out. It was epic. The weather, there was not a cloud in the sky to start the day, and I was just like, you know what? The three of you missed out. Three, especially Erika. because
I
you-
don't think I did.
Nope.
I was just.
I
fine
didn't even
not
put
being-
in for it.
I didn't
You
either.
still missed out. Like
It
you-
was a one and done
it-
for me.
It would have
No.
been a perfect day to come and watch.
Well,
It was.
that's a different
Oh, yeah, I
story.
would.
Yeah,
I will
I-
spectate.
I would have.
Yeah.
What
I
was
wanna
the
go-
temperature
Oh,
Was
it
it
was.
cool?
It was warm.
Really?
It was warm at the base.
at the base?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was warm. So it was fun. There was a lot of people there. It seemed a lot of people got in. Maybe they took more in the lottery or something. I don't know. It was my first time, and I met like Sam. Can you run, Sam?
Can you run it?
Can you run it? He said it was his third or fourth time trying, and he finally got in.
Yeah.
Did
So-
you see Sage Canada? He's an elite ultra runner, and I saw that he did it, and he's done it a few times actually. But
I can confirm I did not see him because I
Okay.
don't know him.
okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
But
I
did
he's
see-
a
but
fast. He's a fast one.
I did see Amber Fiera, and she doesn't really know us. Well, she knows
I
us.
thought we were
We're gonna.
see.
We are. We've talked to her, but I did see her, and I didn't bug her because she was doing all the baby photos and everything. But she's a badass.
So she is Jen Banya.
Yeah.
They are really good friends. So Jen, who runs with me at 4:40 in the morning, she
Nice.
runs
Go to
with
Sam
her.
at the school together.
Wait a
So-
second. I need to look this up later, but I think I met Jen, and Jen made the connection for me and Amber
Probably.
because I met Jen at the gym where we got the IV fusion,
Okay.
and her husband. What's her
Oh,
husband's name?
Bobby. He's a
I-
personal trainer.
98%. It's the same person.
Okay. Yeah.
'Cause
Probably.
And she sends me, she, this is months ago, but she sends me a message saying, "Hey, do you want Amber's cell phone number? She'll come on the podcast." I'm like, "Yes."
Yes.
And the very next day, Amber had a baby.
yeah. Oh, okay.
So,
How dare
yeah.
she?
Which, how cool is that she had a baby, I think, in January. So she's 6 months postpartum, which her baby was in the ICU.
I think
Mhm.
she's 4 months postpartum.
Yeah, something crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, still 4 or
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah.
And she came in third place.
Badass.
So good.
Like, how awesome is
Badass.
that? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
she's a triathlete, right? So she must have endurance.
She's
for
won some
days.
Ironmans too, I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She's just like
She's
endurance
incredible.
mountain runner.
She's-
Like,
not only is she on the bucket list, but there has been conversation.
okay, well, I have a connection,
Cool,
so
cool, cool.
I've made the connection.
I-
I don't need you
He's like,
anymore.
I don't need
Well-
you. I already made that.
I need you, Tara.
Yeah,
thank you.
because didn't they went to school together. right?
Yeah, they went. Yeah, and
That's awesome.
Jen, hockey player. So, hockey connection. Anyways, so morning of race starts. You guys, I think you said that you stayed in the back
So yeah,
because you would rather pass people than be passed.
I was with Mike and Mo, and it's not that I'd rather pass people. It just feels better passing people.
It totally does.
That being-
Absolutely.
Wait. Did you poop first?
Ooh.
He already said he didn't really eat
Yes,
much, so.
yes. Okay, so I had the muffin in the morning at the camper, and then I went and I tried, and then finally I got a little bit out. And funny story, back to Nala. Okay,
Oh, my
Did you
God.
poop with Nala?
back to
Crouching next to each
You
other.
grabbed
in
a
the
couple
woods.
poop bags. You both went in the woods, and
6:30 in the morning. I'm eating my muffin. I'm waiting for it to start, right? And I'm like, I need to poop, and I'm just there petting Nala. No one else is at the campsite. I think Sammy went for a warm-up run or the bathroom or something. No one's out of the camper, and I'm sitting on the wooden bench of the picnic table. And it's not. I'm giving Nala the ear rubs and everything. I kind of lean to my side and I go, and you know when it echoes off the wooden bench,
oh, the
right?
acoustics,
Right?
So good.
Instantly I go, Nala. And then out of nowhere, Sammy pops her head out of the tent and goes, "Was that really Nala?"
Did you tell her? It
And I
was?
go, "Oh my God."
Well, she'll hear about
She'll
it
know
now.
now.
That's literally one of the best things about having
Eric
dogs.
is not
you
above
I
fart.
really
blaming his
actually thought
farts
you
on
were
Blame it on the
gonna say
dog.
that you farted on Nala. Now say you do that's Really rude. Nala did not deserve that.
I leaned the opposite way. But I had we'll call it minor success.
Okay.
But I had no code browns, so don't feel like you're going to get an epic one.
okay.
I was prepared with butt napkins.
Always be
All right.
prepared.
But yeah, so we went to the starting line, and I'm with Mo, Mike, and Sammy, and we're taking some photos and stuff. And then I kind of realized we're really up front, and so I walked back to see.
Mistake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I walked back to see how far back we can actually go, and then when I come back, Sammy's already gone. She went to the front. She's fast.
Yeah.
Sammy fast.
You got to tell me how she did at the end. Anyway.
I gotta look it up. So I'm like, hey, Mike, you want to go to the back? Mike's like, yeah. And Mo's like, I'll go to the back with you. So I started with Mike and Mo. We started in the back, and it took maybe 3 minutes to actually get to the actual starting thing.
Yeah.
But we started, and I had a game plan going in because I do the adaptive hike every year. I know what this road is like.
Where it's the steepest at the
The very beginning, in my mind, is one of the steepest and hardest parts, and maybe it's more like a shock and awe effect. And when I'm doing the warm-up run, this one guy shows up. I think his name was Mike. There's a lot of Mikes in the
So
story.
many
Apparently
Mikes.
so.
Right, there's a lot of
It'll be hard
Mikes.
to keep
Mike number
track.
4.
And he's like, is this your first time? I'm like, yeah, but I know what I'm getting into. I've done the road before, but it's my first time, and I know how I'm going to start. And he's like, oh, yeah, the worst is the steepest and just gets harder as you go. I'm like, no, it doesn't.
No.
No, it doesn't.
I feel
And I'm just like, I'm not ready to tell him he's wrong because I've never done the run. And I'm like, I know I hiked up this thing 12 times carrying a handicapped person. I know what I'm getting into, but I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. And a few people at the end were like, yeah, the hardest part was the beginning, the first half. It actually got easier pitch-wise.
Yeah.
You had a few more longer flat sections that you felt like you could run on if the wind was in your favor, which at some points it was, and some points it really wasn't. So we started, and my first mile was 14:10. Did a lot of walking up that first section. You know, you run to it. And I decided to do my best impersonation of Ron Kuzmar.
What's up, everybody?
Mile 1,
Mile one,
14:10.
14:10.
Mile 2, 16:10. And there was a lot of back and forth. Mike and I were passing each other back and forth. I was passing Mo a couple times. None of us were like racing. I wasn't even looking. At one point, I knew Mike was ahead of me. And then at one point, he passes me. I'm like, I thought you were way ahead of me. I didn't know I was ahead of you. And we were just doing our own thing. And the first half was hard, but beautiful, perfect temperature. One thing happened. This one girl passed me back and forth, and she was playing music on her phone. Didn't bug me. I mean, I like Bruno Mars, you know?
Was that all she was playing?
It was a little bit of everything. I kind of liked it.
Straight Bruno
There's this
Mars.
one girl who was just constantly like, giving her these looks. But she's behind her. Like almost like you're giving the finger to someone, but they don't know it because you're doing it behind their back.
She annoyed with the music?
Yeah, oh, big time.
Clearly
Big
doesn't
time.
like Bruno Mars.
And I'm feeling like I'm going to go and say, hey, to the girl who's annoyed, don't let it ruin our day. Let's just go. Right. And all of a sudden, this one really nice guy says, you know, I don't remember her name, but let's just say it's Karen. Hey, Karen, you want to turn that down a little bit? And Karen goes, no. And this girl who
my
is
gosh.
pissed off about the music already is like, turns around. Jesus Christ, it's so annoying.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh.
Ooh.
We're about to have a
And
domestic.
the girl with the
Racing
music,
drama.
the girl with the music goes, you shut up.
No.
And I'm like, I really hope you all know each other because that's kind of like,
How did
oh
you?
my
so
God.
I wish you had
awkward.
recorded this.
I wish
This
I
would've
was
been
too. I need to have a
perfect.
GoPro on
Yeah.
all the time. It would have been epic.
Right? Could you imagine you see blue lights driving up Mount Washington for a domestic
my
in the middle of the road race?
So eventually, we were faster than the girl with the music, but the girl who was angry was faster than me. So we all got ahead, and I think
The
she
angry
did.
one.
The nice guy was like, "Do you want headphones? I can give you some headphones or something." And she did eventually, within a minute, turn it down. But I don't think she wanted to take the phone out of because you could tell it was like on the small of her back area, like on a flip belt on her back. I don't want to.
She didn't want to mess with
That's
it. Yeah,
Right.
no, I get
That's
it.
poor
but-
race etiquette. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I liked it to start. I was like, oh yeah, 24 karat, you know. So it was fun. Mo crushed it. I was with Mo for the first 2-3 miles, and then he disappeared. He was ahead of me. Luckily I was able to pass him when he stopped to change and take off a layer. That guy's a beast. He was so popular. So many people were like, oh my God, it's Panda. The dude's something else. But a lot of people were like, and He was so cool about taking pictures. They weren't stopping. A lot of people are high-fiving, or someone might take their phone and be like, "Can I get a picture?" And he would smile for them.
He's a
That was
legit
me
celebrity.
in the
He's
middle
amazing.
of the Boston Marathon. We were like, so I got a hug from him in the middle. We're running together in the Boston Marathon, hugging each other. Meanwhile, it's 3 miles in, and he's wearing that purple suit, and it's drenched because it was so friggin' hot.
So
Yeah.
friggin'
And in my
hot.
head, I'm like, dude, you got 23 miles left in that.
Yeah.
But like hugged me, and we took a selfie, and we went live on Instagram with me, and he was
Yes.
like, "Woo!" We were like, yeah, and then like,
That's the best.
yeah. But I was like, how cool is that?
Yes.
But-
Love Mo.
Yes.
Mo can do it all.
I have a question
All right.
about the
Good,
race.
Good, because I feel like I'm doing a terrible
When-
job.
No, you're telling
telling
It's okay.
us
You're
about
I
telling
don't-
us.
So-
I don't know how to
You're
do
telling
this.
a story.
When you
It's
got
fine.
above tree line, okay, when the elevation started to creep up,
Okay.
did you have like any swelling? I guess like my hands felt like they were like caveman clubs.
Oh,
Like they were
no.
so like I if I had rings on, I would not have been able to get them off. Like they just swelled up because
Yeah.
it was the elevation like killed me.
So I had none, and a few people. I remember I was running with this guy from Pennsylvania, a different dude. I never met him before. He's asked me questions, and the elevation was bugging him. And somebody in that group or around that time asked me, and I'm like, no, it didn't bug me at all. The elevation is like
Interesting.
I'm used to it. I'm always. Many times a year, I'm above 4,000 feet, right? I'm in the mountains skiing and all. I can understand how Pennsylvania or somewhere a flatlander has having a hard time.
Yeah.
I've never had that effect on me of the swelling of the hands. I do want to one time go dress up as Halloween as Tom Cruise from Tropic Thunder. What's his character's name? And he has the big hands.
Yes.
Has the big hands.
Yeah,
'cause,
that's
like,
what it felt like. I had Hulk hands.
Yeah.
Like it was so weird.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my
no, that
God.
didn't happen.
Okay.
But we eventually did hit tree line. Around that point, I saw Bigfoot.
Yes.
Bigfoot was there.
I've
There was
seen
a
that
sighting.
so many
Yes.
times.
That was great. What a good
Wonderful.
idea.
That's
You ran the
totally
whole
something I
thing?
would do. I've
Yeah.
actually dressed up as Bigfoot before at a Patriots game.
Oh.
Deflategate. Deflategate game. I
That
dressed
was
up
the
as
game?
Bigfoot, and I was
Oh.
in the end zone. I was like 18
Oh,
rows
God.
up with Jay
It was
Parent.
you.
It was me. I did say that. I said it was me. It was Bigfoot. I went and I took the arrow of those balls.
I
I
would
don't
take
know
the
though.
fall.
He must have been really hot at the beginning, dressed up like that.
He was probably at like 3,000 feet. I bet
So
you.
he didn't.
I bet you he hiked up or something and then put the outfit on.
Oh, so he wasn't running the race. He was.
No, he was cheering.
He was
Cheering.
off the side.
Oh,
Yeah,
got it.
I
Okay.
saw him in a couple of videos. It was really fun.
Could we move it? Just let's move it more right in front of you. Like move the whole thing. There you go. Yes. Yes.
Got it.
God, awesome.
So-
turn it. Yes, perfect right there. Yeah.
So when
Deep.
when you got above
I
tree
wish
line,
Mike was a horse.
oh wow, we just went there.
It's got some.
Yes.
Jeez. Off the rails.
Okay. Refocus. When you got above tree line and like it was literally just the earth, like what did did the weather change like
So
on a snap?
This is where the clouds came in. So we had blue sky day to start. Clouds started rolling in. I've seen this before on all my adaptive hikes up there. They always seem to come from the north to the south, and they're blowing so fast. I tried to get a video. Go check on Instagram if you're listening now. You can go check the highlights. I made sure to post it. I'm still spilling beer. Obviously, I'm
it's all
drunk.
you're gesticulating.
I am drunk.
He did say before we started, I can't remember the last time I had a beer, and it shows.
I think the last time I had a beer was Christmas with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. No, you had a beer at Peloton. You had a beer when we were down in New York.
Ah,
One
we didn't
beer.
have beer.
Yes.
One beer.
So?
Oh, yeah. What a waste of a beer, too.
Oh.
Oh.
So
But tree line.
So was it windy?
It got windy.
yeah.
Wicked windy.
Yeah, one of your stories was like. all I
Yes,
could
well, that
hear
was at
just
mile
wind
7.
In the background.
So
yeah.
I would say I felt pretty. So actually, there's a section that used to be dirt. And I'm so mad they paved it because it just had this character to the auto road that there was a dirt section and it just looked so cool. And Pastrana would drift the hairpin turn in the dirt. But
What an animal.
going up that section, I felt fast and I ran a lot. And I'm starting to run more in the second half of the race because, like I said, I knew what this hill was like. And you can go a little quicker the second half. It's not as steep. It's not as shock and awe. And man, I was flying up this section of freshly paved because the wind was wicked on my back.
Oh,
And it was
Oh.
pushing
yeah.
me. It was pushing me up. And then I hit that hairpin turn. And I think I just made the post that you'll see in the highlights say, I'm actually running a lot more. Let's see how this goes. I make the turn. Instant wind right in my face. Gale force winds just like.
Like, what did you say?
And I walked that whole entire part until the next turn, and then I ran again with the wind at my back.
There
So
you go.
yeah, the wind got pretty epic there. I was in shorts and a t-shirt though, and I did pack an extra layer, and I never thought I was going to need it until mile 6. I just said, you know what? I need this layer.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was getting cold.
Yeah, they said it was, I think, something like in the 20s with
Oh
the
my
wind chill.
God.
Wind
So,
chill.
yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
But I mean,
Ah.
down here, what was it? Almost 80 degrees.
Oh, it was
beautiful.
the most
So,
beautiful
It was
day.
so glorious.
Yes.
You should have been there. You
Yeah.
missed out.
Oh
Let me
no,
tell you.
I was
No,
out
you
here
know
and I
what?
was
You
like,
talking
yeah.
about this race makes me want to do it again. And I will tell you, one of my friends
Then I'm doing
said,
a good job.
I know. No, one of my friends said, she said, it's like, and I've never had a child, but she goes, it's like giving birth. She's like, you do it once and you're like, I'll never do that again. But then you like a couple months go by and then you're like, you know what? I'm going to have another one.
Wait, is
and
that
then
Holly?
That's the
No,
same
Jen-
thing with
Jen Woodcock.
marathons and ultras.
it is. It's the
hurts
same
and it
thing.
sucks and you
Yeah,
never
you're like,
wanna
oh, I'm
do
going to
them
sign
again,
up
but
for
then
that.
you're
Yes, like you
I'll-
with your Yeti.
Yep.
I'm never
Yep.
doing that again.
And then you change your mind.
And she
and
signed up for two more.
I still need to do the full thing because I did
Yes.
it the year that it got cut off.
Oh, really?
You need to do it. Well, we'll
Yeah.
get to that
Yeah.
later. You ask
Yeah.
me that
We could do
question.
a team.
Ask me that question later. If we're
Ah,
gonna do
Oh,
it.
you
yeah.
do it
If you would do it
I
again.
know that. We,
So in the year that I did
That's
it,
the only way.
the
to
year
get
I
all
did it
of
was
us
the
to it.
COVID year. So I got in 2020. So they pushed us to 2021. But what they did was they had women race on Saturday and the men raced on Sunday.
Oh.
So I ran with all the women and then the men. So I had no men, which is fine.
no cute butts
But I
to
like
follow.
men
to
and I'd like some
Hey.
eye candy
Hey.
because it was brutal.
Why hate on just like you can have more than just men? It is Pride Month.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know you used that once at a gas station. You told me this.
I did, but that was when a weirdo was hitting on me and he was like, hey, baby. And then I was like, what the And I was like, he's like, where's your boyfriend? And I was like, my wife is at home. And then did he talk
where
to me
she
again?
belongs.
No. I was like, see, it worked. But so
Well,
anyways, all right.
It
So
was. I got cold. I didn't get cold like I think other people got really cold.
I would have
You're
been
back.
frozen
I just did it.
solid.
yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of wardrobe changes because
I-
you saw people with pictures at the bottom
Yeah.
and then at the top and they're all
Yeah.
bundled up.
I
and-
had one regret at this point though. You've seen me run in that Boston Bruins beanie quite a bit. The hat with the ball on the top.
Did you get rid of it?
Well, no, I still have it. But as I got out of the car with Erin, I realized I didn't have my phone. And so I ran back and I'm like, I got to get my phone. There it is. It fell between the door and the seat. I was in the back seat. And then I'm like, you know what? I don't need this hat. And I threw it in
Oh,
there
no.
thinking I had another
Oh,
hat in the
no.
bag. But I did not have another hat in the bag. That was awesome.
That was the neighbors.
really good.
Quiet
Nala.
down over there.
Nala.
That was the most. You need to take notes, man, because he'll.
So I
burp-
went like this too. Imagine if I put it right into the mic.
Every time we burp, there's been
Oh
plenty
my
of
gosh,
burps
I've
on
been
this
over here
podcast before
quietly
that I
burping.
bleep
Oh,
out.
I can't. I gotta let them
These
out.
make me
Hey, you know
so
what
burpy.
Shrek said? It's better out than in. They always say.
There's been plenty of those
That
on this
goes for
podcast that I
farts.
silence out, and I'm just for going on. I'm going to be like, burp, and then go, Tara.
I'll own
No,
it.
well,
I own it.
from here on out now, it's always Nala.
Yeah.
You always now.
Nala.
Nala.
Sammy's going to love that. So
So the hat, the Bruins hat.
when I put on the windbreaker thing I had, which is actually kind of warm, and it was perfect, I was like, I'm going to grab the hat because I thought I had another one. But I took that out knowing I had the Bruins hat that then randomly,
Oh.
stupidly, I put in the back in the car. And I had that Iron Man hat that Scott Black got me, wearing it backwards because that's cool. And right here,
If you say so.
what would you call this? Like a little behind my temple,
Yeah.
like right where the hat doesn't cover anymore because the hat would come down. That right on my right side was like really getting freezing because the wind was hitting me on the
Oh,
right side of my
no.
head. I was like, this is kind of uncomfortable. And I didn't have a hood. And I'm like, I'm going to be fine once I hit this turn. But that was the only bit of uncomfortableness I had.
Mm-hmm.
I made the turn. That was fine.
Well, that's good. And you had shorts on too, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
always. Yeah, I run hot.
Yeah.
I would have absolutely been frozen.
Absolutely. Shorts.
So-
always
so-
shorts.
No.
Yeah. So Sammy's like, I'm going to wear
run
these
so
leggings and some other top. And we're like, what? And
No, I'm on Team Sammy right there.
well,
because I
Sammy
just
Sammy listened to us, and
I'm
I think she
frozen.
regrets it because she wore
No.
shorts, and I think she regrets it. We'll get to
Oh.
that one later
Okay.
too.
I think I wore compression socks just because I like them for like the extra.
Yeah.
There you
And
go.
I
I
knew,
mean, if I
yeah.
only had like
and then I had shorts, so it was
12
like.
inches of
yeah.
leg showing, I think that would be
Yeah.
fine. But
The day I had great weather, the day that I ran to, the only thing we had
Mhm.
52-mile-an-hour winds. And I'll
Oh
tell
my
you, Eric, I don't know if
God.
this happened to you, but like every time I took a step, the wind like blew my foot, so it was
Yeah.
like so hard to like stay on a straight line.
That's
So,
epic.
Oh yeah, I
That's
was
epic
like,
weather.
That
Oh,
reminds me of that
that
video
was the
that you
coolest thing
posted
because
that
it's
one
like
time.
you're running and like right before you get to the tree line, it's like all good and dandy, and then all of a sudden you're up there, and then it's just like holy shit!
Yeah.
It's like here comes Mother Nature.
Yeah.
You guys,
It's
I'm
like
so
epic.
scared to do this.
It's so
someday,
epic.
So I'm not doing it.
You should
unless
do
you
it.
guys-
I highly anybody who is listening, do it
You
once.
should have just blocked.
Absolutely
blocked your
do
ears
it.
for this
La,
whole
la, la,
entire
la.
part. so
It was
you
the
had no idea.
coolest thing, coolest race, but also the toughest. Now, Eric, I want you to talk about the last quarter mile of that.
Cruel. All right,
La, la,
so
la, la, la.
so
I'm gonna block this out.
I've done. Why don't you go and get us another beer then? Because I'm empty.
Oh,
or
wow.
could-
Yeah,
could
That's
you-
all I'm
wait,
good for is
Wait, Eric,
that.
Eric's beer is empty because he spilled half of it.
Yes, but we do have a waiter. Do we have waiter service?
No. Yeah, it's me.
Should
I'm the waiter.
do you have a house phone? I could call Brandon.
I am empty.
Well, we'll take
And you wanted to do this drunken podcast, and we still have yet to record the foundations. And
Okay,
we are.
who needs one?
I'll take another.
Are we?
Flavors.
Yes. You know.
want one?
Blueberry.
Surprise me.
All right.
So-
I'll bring one at each.
The
Yeah.
last quarter mile.
As I've mentioned before, I do the adaptive hike every year in the summertime. I don't think I'm doing it this year. It's a weird date, not working out with the summer camp for Adelaide. But 12 years in a row, I've pulled a handicapped person up Mount Washington. We raise money for adaptive sports. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite things, and I want to build a team to do it one time when I know I can do it again. It won't be this year. They always have us, the road splits to like a Y. There's a service road, and then there's a road that all the cars go on. So when we do the adaptive hike, they always have us take the service road. It's the steepest part of the hike every year, and it's brutal. So when I'm running, I'm like, I wonder if they're going to have us take the service road or go the way the cars go. And they have us go left the way the cars go. And I'm like, sweet, I don't have to do this wicked steep part. And I'm actually running here and I'm feeling good. And I take this right-hand turn and I see Erin and Erin's like, Eric. And then there's Adeline and she gets out of the car, I high-five her. And I'm like, this is great, but where is this finish line? Because it's kind of foggy and cloudy. And then the road continues to turn to the right. And I'm like,
Oh fuck.
like the finish line's over there to my left. Why am I going to the right? What's going on? I've never seen this section of the road in my life. Because when you park the car, you take those stairs.
Yes.
And it's like a big S with tight turns. And I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. I am going to power hike this thing or even just walk it. And I mean, it was the steepest section. I had no clue it was coming. And I'm like, I looked at a point and I'm like, by this point, I'm going to start running. So on camera, it looks like I am running.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
the finish line
Yeah.
photos.
Yeah.
You got to have the finish line photo.
Absolutely.
But this race, you have the mindset of, I'm not racing anyone, and I had no time expectations. I thought, yeah, I'll be around 2 hours. Everyone says you'll be around your half marathon time.
Yeah.
So my
Plus-
half marathon
plus 10 minutes.
plus
Half
it's
plus
like
10.
perfect
Yep.
then.
Oh, dang.
Yep.
So my marathon PR is like a 1:43, but that was in Ironman shape. My marathon today is about 2 hour half marathon. You know
Like
what? It's
143. Damn.
yes. Amazing. Amazing.
I have no idea why
That
nobody
would
has
Be,
wifed
like,
me up
my
yet.
favorite animal. You know what?
I'm
That-
actually super envious because I just tried to. burp,
Oh,
and I
God.
usually
Do you
get
know when
darker,
you just have that sound bite of somebody burping, like you press like the sound button? That is it.
That is
That
it.
is the
I am
noise.
that
Gonna
person.
have to put that on the Riverside soundboard.
I'm the first official sound.
So,
but so good.
I was not expecting that. I had no clue it was coming.
Oh.
It was kind of cool that I had no clue because I thought this whole time I know what I'm getting into, and I was like, "Oh, sweet, we're going left, not right. This is gonna be easy."
I love that it was foggy too. So you're like, oh, just kidding.
Couldn't see it.
Damn
Couldn't
it.
see.
Yeah.
And then I crossed the finish line, and so here's the bummer part. Like, there's a huge line. Well, my finishing time was 2:16, and so I bet
Sounds
you,
great.
That's
Like,
good,
that
yeah.
sounds
I-
out-
I bet you my half marathon time is just under 2. So I was maybe half marathon plus 20. I did a lot of walking.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
I didn't stop to take photos. I would just take photos while walking
Yeah.
or take videos while walking. But I did a lot where I definitely left some in the tank and I could have gone harder and I know better for next year, right? So I was 2:16.
Oh, spoiler!
I know
Spoiler
better,
alert, next year.
I know better for next time if I do it.
He's very confident
Here,
for next year when I
here's
definitely
why I
get
want
it
to
again.
do it. Here's why I want to do it again. I didn't really. Okay, so we got to the top, and there's a huge line for everyone taking a picture at the summit. Now, I have so many pictures. It would have been cool if I could have gotten one with that line or the medal. That would have been cool. It would have been cool to go inside. I saw a ton of photos after of everyone inside the building. But Mike was about 3-4 minutes behind me. I waited for Mike, and Mike wanted to go see Aaron right away. So we walked down the stairs to see Aaron. We get in the car. Mike changes in the car. I say hi to Adeline, and I go, all right, I'm going to go up and mingle now because I want to mingle, and I'm feeling good. And I walked up those stairs. It's like 200-something steps. And right away, I found Sammy because there's so many people, and Sammy's in our car for the ride down. Sammy was not in good shape.
No?
I saw her, and she sees me, and her eyes like light up really quick, like,
Was she
Because she was so
Oh,
cold.
cold, yeah.
and she's
Oh,
shivering,
no.
and she's just like, I'm so cold. So I don't know where she was. I don't know how far ahead is she. I think she beat me by like 20 minutes. But I don't know how long she's been up there, how long she's been cold. She can't find Aaron, doesn't know where to go. So I find her right away. I'm like, let's get you to the car. So I actually wrapped my blanket around her. They gave us these awesome blankets, by the way.
Those
for
are great.
finishing.
That is pretty nice.
You got these blankets.
Oh, I like the orange.
Yeah, I have mine in my
It's
car.
beautiful.
I got a blue one. Or
Yeah, mine
They
too.
had blue ones. and
Maroon.
I don't know how they picked who got blue and orange. There were at least 70% orange and like 30% blue. I don't know how they chose
would've
this.
got
Maybe
an
they were
orange
left
one.
over from
May-
the year
previous-
we met.
maybe
Yeah.
they're leftovers.
Yeah.
Are there
So-
years on them?
I walked down the stairs with Sammy. I wrap her up in another one. I was actually kind of concerned, and then we just got her in the car right away. She changed and she was good to go.
Oh.
But I spent most of the time in the car thinking to myself, I really want to go and mingle.
Yeah.
And then at one point I decided I'm going to go and mingle. But what did I tell you?
You?
I said, I'm going to go and change because I want dry underwear and I want dry pants. I already had a dry shirt on. I'm going to go change and mingle, knowing I have 30 minutes until cars are going to leave at 12:30. But what did I tell you in the beginning? Last in.
Oh,
First out. And I could tell there were some nerves about, well, actually, there were no nerves. There was excitement that we were going to be first out. There were nerves by me of delaying them to get out. So when I left and got out of the car and I walked to the stairs, these stairs are like 3 people wide going down, 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 down. Like, I'm not going to be that guy trying to snake through this 300-something steps to go and be like, yo, Mo, let's get a photo. I already got a photo with Mo already anyways at the top. So I went back to the car. And the only bummer of the weekend was that I didn't mingle at the summit. So when I go back, when I can get in, and I want to do this, and I'd love to do it every year, I want to mingle at the top. But there's one other piece to that. I don't want to go by myself. I want to go with people, with a team. I want to do what we're going to do for Hamster Wheel.
We're going back.
I want to go camping. I want to go camping with friends and spend Saturday night at the campsite drinking beers and talking about it on the podcast
oh
after.
my
The
God.
camping part, you have it.
All
Have
right,
me
you
right
guys
there.
will convince me to do it if we can do the team thing. That's the only way I would.
If we do a
it.
team thing, I'll sign up again.
Then, and I know people
I
like,
think we've got
Fuck.
a plan.
I know Sam.
Sorry.
God.
You just said it. You said
Fucking-
it on the podcast.
I need new friends.
So
Damn it.
it's
Peer pressure.
Let me tell you, Sammy kind of surprised me. She's like, I don't know if I'm doing this again. So I hope she does, so we could do the podcast
Well,
at the
no, you
campsite.
Yes.
And we need Nala.
You need to
We
get a
need
little
Nala.
distance from it before you're like, oh,
We
it's
need-
not as bad as I.
We need
I'll
Mo.
tell you that
Mo's
you
gonna go.
forget about it. Like, give it 2 weeks.
I
and
know.
then- and then
Well,
you
just
forget.
talking about it
It's
now,
not
I'm
so
like,
bad.
God, I should just do it again.
Yes. So the only other bummer part was it was nice being down first. So Mike and Aaron had plans. It was Mike's birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday,
Happy
Michael from
belated
Wheel Report.
birthday.
yeah, Gemini. Woo woo.
I wished him a happy birthday and said I hope that you were enjoying Eric's common mispronunciation of words.
You did say that, but you know what?
Did you not mispronounce anything the whole weekend?
Oh God, I did.
Okay, good.
You might have
Nobody
said happy
called him
birthday
out,
to
though.
Michael, but I have the honor of being the first person to say happy birthday to Michael.
Aww.
Yes, I do. Walked out of the camper, happy birthday! Just after I farted next to Nala.
I was gonna say, was that before or after the fart?
Was it because you didn't have service, or was Aaron still sleeping?
Aaron was still in the camper, maybe. I don't
Okay.
know. Aaron
I
made some.
win. I beat everybody.
Aaron made some comment. Eric said happy birthday before me. She goes so.
So when you guys got down to back to the base, did they have like a whole meal for you guys?
So yes, they did. But here's the other part of that bummer. They had somewhere to go, and we kind of decided, you know what, we're going to be one of the first ones. We don't want to be one of the first ones parking at the base and then being stuck.
Yeah.
So we drove straight out. We went across the street to the Great Glen Center, and we took a photo in the grass with our medals and everything. It was me, Michael, and Sam.
Your blankets too? Did you do it with the blankets?
No. Oh, we got to go back. We got to go back. Michael and Aaron, you got to drive back up from New Jersey. Sammy, you got to drive up. Bring Nala. And we got to get pictures with the blankets and the medals. So the other thing we got were these beautiful shirts.
Why do the
Beautiful.
trees look like snakeskin?
Beautiful.
It actually looks like fish
Yeah, it
scales.
looks like scales. Yeah.
Mermaids.
Yes.
I would like to say that Michael and Aaron says this is not the ugliest race shirt they've ever seen. So they did say it was the second ugliest, though.
Marine Corps Marathon, right? Is
Don't look! Don't look!
My present
my God.
flew over and
Erica's-
I did avert my eyes. I did avert my eyes.
Oh.
Did you get any bit of it?
Don't look!
I'm
Still
not
don't look.
looking. I'm not looking. I kind of, sort of, maybe caught a glimpse, but I turned away when I realized what was happening.
Lindsay is maneuvering over the wires and she's fixing it. Make sure she can't see that side on the left. There you go. Perfect. All right. We need to end this. We said 30 minutes.
It's been an hour.
It's been 52.
So close enough.
Okay, so did you show the medal too?
Can I look now?
Where's
Yeah,
the
you're
medal?
good.
Where
Okay.
is the medal?
It's in your crotch. I can see it. Not that I was staring at your crotch or anything, but
I
saw your
we just lose internet again.
every time. Yeah, I
That sucks.
love the medal. I think they did a great job with this medal.
That is a really nice medal. See, I would be proud to display that, but that is hard earned.
So, you know what I do
You
like?
gotta work for that.
It was the Delta Dental Mount Washington Road Race. I love anyone who sponsors a road race, and this podcast is looking for sponsors if anyone ever wants a sponsor. But I love that it is not the focus of the medal.
Yes.
It's just
absolutely.
it says
Yeah.
Delta Dental in small font, and then you got the big Mount Washington Road Race. I love that. So they did a great job. You got the shoe, and there's some, what would you call that? Just a hole, a cut in the middle. And,
Isn't that like the road?
yes. Well, that's the symbol of the auto road
Yeah.
part of it,
Okay.
but they built it into a shoe.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
There you go, Lindsay.
I love
It
you
was
guys.
job.
very quiet compared to
So that's the middle.
I've got
Notice
more.
the
I'm saving 'em.
What do you call this? The
building it up.
the
ribbon?
the ribbon part of
Yeah,
it. It has
actually.
the same features. So what I think it is it's basically
It looks much better on a ribbon. Than
It's-
That
a
is
t-shirt.
cool.
it's elevation changes. You got the leaves, and then you got the green, and then it's just, and then eventually you're above tree line, and you got the sky.
Yeah, I'm not
So-
sure that works on the shirt, but
It looks really cool on the ribbon.
It
does.
That it
Yeah.
does.
So it must be the same company, but I've done so many cool things at this whole area,
Ooh.
the Great Glen Trail Center, right?
I do like that the bumper sticker is on the.
Yes, they got that too.
Sorry,
Really?
I'm sorry. Bumper
You
sticker.
know what? You know what? Why don't you show your camera, because our camera keeps turning
Oh.
off. This just justifies for me to be able to get a real legit podcast setup with cameras.
You should have just worn this.
Oh, I could have, but my camera's not even on right now.
the wicked cool
That is wicked cool.
I
This
keep-
body ran Mount Washington.
I keep having to
That's
hit
so
refresh.
cute.
June 15th.
4,650 feet of vert. My watch told me I did over 4,700 feet though. So
7.6. I love how Mo was like,
It was
I'm
true.
glad somebody, I thought it was 4. I'm glad someone said
yeah,
something.
don't forget to hold the microphone when you podcast though. Yeah, it was.
Is this thing on?
My medal was in my
Stirring
crotch,
it
but
up.
that microphone was up in your
What's
crotch.
happening over there?
Yeah. It's like,
So yeah,
just my pubes.
I want to do it, but I don't want to leave right after.
Yeah.
We all left. It
Make
was-
a weekend out
Wait,
of it.
did you camp that night too?
Well,
Or did you-
we had to drive the camper to the racetrack, which I could have spent the night
Oh,
if
okay.
people wanted to. But we left the campsite too to go to the racetrack because the camper's now at the racetrack for NASCAR. We do that every year. The race is always in July, but this year it's June because of the Olympics.
And he has to miss the Goffstown Gallop.
I
so.
am.
Boo.
It's a big
Oh,
event. It's a-
lame.
Boo.
We will be galloping
you know what?
without you.
You're like
June
wow.
22nd,
Goffstown Gallop,
everybody.
lobster. Goffstown Gallop, lobster. Lobster wins.
Lobster.
I would have
No
bought you a
freaking way.
lobster.
Lobster?
Do you guys like lobster?
Love
No.
wicked awesome
Okay,
lobster.
so here's
Hard pass.
here's what we're
Yeah.
going to do. We talked about cooking, and when the grill wasn't working,
we could do a lobster bake.
when the grill wasn't working,
Chicken fingers.
I figured out the burgers and the hot dogs. Right? I said next time, but we're doing this after the race. We'll do lobsters at the campsite,
Yes.
and we'll do fresh
What
lobsters.
about What about
Wait.
me?
I got this.
What am I gonna
Are you
eat?
not going to? Do you not eat lobsters?
Talking about food.
No,
Have you never had a lobster?
I've had a lobster and it's gross.
Wow.
Guys,
I don't
there's
even
an
know what to say
open
to that.
position for a new podcast
I
co-host.
don't like any seafood.
I
The
love
seafoody
lobster.
Briny.
Remember our
oceany
friggin'
taste
March
grosses me
Madness bracket? The
that's
friggin'
what I was
lobster
just
roll
gonna
made it.
That's what I was just going to bring up. I was like, wait a second. We still haven't done the March Madness.
out. We got to put that on the
Look,
docket.
she's eating lobster for whatever we do. I'm doing lobster now.
And
In
mashed
fact,
potatoes in a bag.
Then I will bring
And
my
gel.
own
In a
food.
piping bag.
I will eat an entire bag of Cheetos.
We're
or
changing
something.
the whole thing now to just everything Erica doesn't like. Gels, mashed potatoes, lobster. We'll do any type of seafood.
Poip turts.
Oatmeal.
So I had a blast, but I wanted more.
So when I went up there, we rented an Airbnb. We stayed the whole weekend. Holly stayed the second night with me. The
How
other
far
girls
was your
went home.
Airbnb though?
Not that far. It was in Intervale. So it was a 35-minute drive.
Yeah, that's far.
But we went to
Airbnb.
Ledge Brewing. We wore our medals
Yeah.
out, and everyone's like, "What'd you do?" And I was
So-
like, "We just ran up a mountain. No big deal."
So here's here's
No big deal.
yeah.
here's what I want to do. One, I need the dance recital not to be on the same weekend of the race. I got lucky this year. That's why I got to do this because it's all dance recitals are always Father's Day weekend. Way to ruin a Father's Day. This year was the weekend before.
I'm not going. The lineup sucks.
So if I can manage it and there's no dance recital, I want to do it again. I want to do a team. It doesn't need to be an official team. It can be like the hamster wheel thing. But if a team locks in everybody, I want everyone to be camping together. We can take a couple campsites. I will do lobsters after the race. I will bring the big ass griddle and we'll cook a lot to eat before.
So in on that.
I don't
This
want
is all recorded. So
I don't,
this-
but I have rules. I don't want people to be showing up last minute on Friday. You can work half a day. I
Wow,
want
thanks.
people to be there.
Are you going to pay
Can
for
you
me
call
my
my
other
boss?
half a day I have to
Can
take
you call
off?
my boss. Hey,
Oh,
this-
well, I'll be on the payroll by then, so we're fine.
Oh, that's right.
I might be your boss.
You could be.
I might be
Could
your
be.
boss.
Could be.
We
This
got-
could be my new
We got plans.
part-time gig.
So, well, okay. You can work. You got to get there in time to get
Listen,
your bib.
I'll take half a day.
They don't
It's
do
fine.
morning of
You
pickup.
do, but who wants to do that?
Nobody. No, we
So
want to
stressful.
roll in,
But the
So
biggest
missing
stressful.
half of our gear with the last car up.
Right.
the other
Get
big
your
thing,
hat.
and I got no problem with the way we did this. I got no problem with hanging out in the car because everyone was warm and comfortable, and Adeline was there,
Oh my gosh.
and Mike was warm, and Sammy was warm. I have no problem being the first ones out because that made sense. But I want to mingle at the top, I want to mingle at the bottom, and then I want to go back to the campsite, record a podcast episode, and eat lobster and drink beer. But
Yes.
we can't be too rowdy because it's a campground.
Well, me, Tara, and drinking beer and don't be too rowdy doesn't go well.
But if we get a couple sites all close to each other,
Yeah.
it's not like we're going to be bugging our neighbors because
Right.
we're all going to be our own neighbors.
yes. So one more question.
And the
you
campsites
guys,
are only $37.50 a night.
that's
with
Not bad at all.
with
cheap.
with power and water. You get one without, it's like $22.
You can't even live on that like normally.
Nope.
So even though you guys were like one of the first cars out, did you have to go first, or could you have stayed there?
Yeah, I had to go first.
Oh, you did?
I've never seen so many cars in this parking lot.
Okay. So
the one thing I would have changed if I was the person in charge of parking. So they had, I would have.
Stress.
yeah, right.
It's not an easy
They
job.
could have been like, "Hey, do you want to stay, or do you want to like?" Could
No.
have told you to go. No, you can't do that.
I don't think so because there was not an inch left.
Oh.
Like so you had all the cars parked like how they normally would have parked.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then they filled in the space with more cars. So the parking lot was a traffic jam. Because the cars go up before the runners and you're up there hours before, I would have backed every car in.
Okay.
So they
Gotcha.
pull out straight. Because the hardest part, I think, for everyone was you had to back out. And it just looks so difficult. Now, I always thought, like, you back into a parking space. I'm weird. No, back in so you pull out, pulling forward. They should have, you had the time, park
Right.
the cars so they're all facing forward to just pull out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other thing was, Mo, I'm sorry, but I guess when you find a driver or something, you need to communicate with them before and know where they're going to be or how to find them. I think Mo had a hard time finding his ride, and he was asking some questions, and the guy who was like directing traffic was like, dude, you know you're at the top of Mount Washington. And he goes, I know. I'm like, Mo, I'm sorry, I don't have room for you. And he goes, no, I just got to find my driver. And I texted him later. I was like, hey, man, did you make it down the mountain? He goes, yeah, I'm good, dude. Thank you so much. And then I talked about what I told you we talked about, and that's for another day.
Even if he wasn't good, he would have been like, I'm great, positive vibes. He's like stuck at the top of the mountain, frozen in a statue. Everything's chill. I'm good.
He's
Still up here, man.
Yeah.
He's spooning with Bigfoot. Bigfoot's giving him more.
Right?
Yeah.
I never made it off the mountain, but everything's cool, man. Live your life. Everything's great.
Yeah, I'm just high-fiving Bigfoot here. Yeah, he's keeping me warm. We're drinking our own pee.
All right, so to wrap this up,
Yes, please.
depending
This is
on
awful.
the date
No, it's great. I love
next
it.
year of the 2025 Mount Washington Road Race, we may be putting a team together. If it's not dance recital weekend,
I've also heard, rumor has it, that if you have a team
Microphone.
and you enter the lottery
yes.
as part of a team, you're supposed to have better chances of getting in.
I need.
That's what I've been told.
Okay, here's all what I need. I need someone else to do it.
to put the team together.
Yep.
Okay. Erica.
Erika sounds awesome.
Erika.
I'm not in charge.
Erika.
No, I'm piggybacking off of everyone
I
else
mean, we could-
because I don't want to do
Oh,
it
yeah.
unless
Miss-
everybody else wants to do it.
Yeah.
No.
Go figure. That's Erika for you. Good gets the small car so she never has to drive. And
I love that.
It worked out. Yep.
have you done your homework?
Which homework?
Copyright.
Yeah, but it's hard.
Ah, come on.
I think it's very expensive, and also you need a lawyer. I need to look into this.
Okay, well, let's just talk about it now.
Jay's a lawyer.
Yes.
I saw her at the grocery store the
Just
other
saying.
day.
Yeah.
and
I don't
it
know
was
what
a
kind of
fun
law, but-
surprise.
Yes, and she listens to the end of every episode. Jay, what's up, girl?
I got to see her
JJ,
twice
hey
this week,
Jay.
this past week. I got
Yes,
to see her at
she
Hollis,
did Hollis.
and
Yes,
at the grocery
proud of her.
store.
Yes.
Proud of
So
her. She
funny,
got it.
quick story. She offered me her bib because she didn't think that
Yeah.
she was gonna be able to do it, and then she took it back.
And, she
And I saw her,
Yeah.
and I was like, I was not expecting you,
Yeah.
but I'm so happy.
No,
to
but I'm
see
glad that
you.
she did because I looked at the logistics and I was like, this does not work for Tara.
So
It's honestly not as bad as you think. We'll
I
talk
know.
later.
let's end this because I want to give Erika her gift and we got to start our next recording. But
It's 7:30.
I want to do it.
Tara's got to go to bed in 45
Oh
minutes.
no!
No.
Also, poor Spencer's like, you're supposed to be picking up food at the store.
Oh, no.
I want to do it again. Doesn't have to be next year, but I really want it to be a team event. Like we hang out at the campground, we do a big thing.
You gotta commit for the weekend.
Aaron wants to go back and do it, and I just wanted to say a huge thank you to Aaron, Mike, and Sammy and Michael for being so cool with Adeline.
Nala. Sorry.
I was getting to Nala. Nala is getting her own thing.
Yes.
Okay. But thank you so much for being so cool, especially Aaron, because like you hung out with her for hours at the top waiting for us. You went to the summit, you took photos, you wrote our names on chalk on the ground.
Oh.
It was really cool. She loved hanging out with you, both of you, all of you. She was sad, so she was so tired. She fell asleep in the car ride back, and then she went right to a nap in the camper. And by the time she woke up, everyone was gone, and she was very sad.
Aw.
So thank you so much for being awesome with her and for hanging out with me and having a good time. And I was sad you all left too. So next year, I want everyone to stay for Saturday night. That's my only thing. I want people to stay for Saturday night. Let's be a lot of fun. I want to hang out.
Yeah.
So, but I am learning, like, in the future, like the 20 miler we did,
Mhm.
we got there early and that was so much fun hanging out with people. And then
It
at
is
the
nice to mingle
end,
and
at
stuff.
the end, remember, it was like, oh, everyone's kind of gone because everyone finishes at different times.
Yeah.
And they
Well,
don't- right?
Yeah.
I will tell you, this can go back to our airport conversation. Like, I need to be there early. And I get
I'm-
mad when I'm there early because I'm like, oh my God, like, what am
Why
I going to
did you
do for an
guys-
hour?
yeah.
But if I was to get there like 10 or 15 minutes prior, I'd be freaking
100%.
I'd be an
that's
anxious
the
mess.
same-
MHT reposted my story.
yes.
And they sent me a DM. They go, well, apparently leaving 61 minutes early is way too early. And they loved it.
Yeah, I am not like I hate being early, but I would rather be early than late.
Then be like
Same.
nervous and like freaking
Yeah,
out that you're
exactly.
gonna
My anxiety
And then I get
Like,
I
off
get
the
wicked
wall.
bitchy, and it's just the only time
Yeah.
that I'm a
Yeah.
negative person.
And every future, the future races we do, whether we go to Pig's Ear or whatever, Flying Pig or whatever.
It was like
Ear.
Pig's Ear, isn't that a beer?
I thought it was a
It is a
brewery.
beer.
Oh.
I want it to be a
Woodstock.
team and a hangout and
There we
and
go.
and a thing, not a whole everyone hurry up and get out. So we didn't do a good job planning that part. It was just like, hey, where are you going to stay? How are you going to get there? I think Sammy was like, because I invited her like a week or two before. I'm like, I go, oh, are you staying with Blake? She goes, no, I haven't figured it out yet. I'm like, well, if you want, you can bring a tent and pitch a tent at our campsite, but,
I'll be pitching a tent. Hey-o.
they couldn't pitch the tent, though. That's a red flag. Can't pitch a tent.
They get stage fright.
That's a code brown right there. Couldn't pitch a tent.
Yeah. Are they younger? They're millennials.
They're younger.
Yeah.
But no, as much younger as I actually thought.
I grew up camping, and it's like I feel like people don't grow up putting tents up, regular tents.
I think Sam. I don't know the vibe I got. I think Sammy's done some camping before.
Okay.
She wasn't the one
I
pitching the tent.
camped and I hated it as a kid. I just don't
Oh,
like
that's- we
sleeping
did it so
outside
much.
and
Oh,
I
every
love it, I
weekend.
love it.
Every single
Sammy,
weekend.
I'm sorry if we're making fun of Michael too much.
No. Not making fun, just stating that we're living in a different generation. And I feel like a lot of people camping is I don't know, it's not it's a lot.
Well,
I don't think a lot of people do it anymore.
Erin went camping her whole entire life, and she's like, I'm trying to get Michael to start camping, and he's not a camper, and he
Yeah.
turned 51. So
It's
Well, I
not
mean,
for some
I
people.
mean,
49 actually. You go
basically-
back down.
You're basically
right,
paying
right.
to be homeless.
so
people
not
are like, why would I
51.
pay
No
you?
me tell you.
freaking
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, he's 51.
No freaking
Yeah.
way. Huh.
Let me tell you, if I
Well,
had it
great,
my way,
buddy.
I would live in a camper, at a campground, not in a
I
trailer.
would totally be a campground host.
I thought you were going to stop at hoe.
If
I was like,
I'd
yeah,
be a
girl.
campground
I'm
host.
going to be a campground hoe.
If I ever get kicked out of the house,
New
I'm just
future
like, fine, I'm
goals.
living in the camper.
Right.
I know what I'm
Right.
doing.
I've
I'm not.
definitely
I'm
talked
not
about that.
buying
Yeah.
a house or
Like
paying
that.
rent in this
Yeah, yeah.
market.
Sell the
People
house.
do that.
live
People
in a
buy
camper.
really nice RVs and just travel.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's what I want to do.
That
Yeah.
one's not
This is
good.
awesome. I
That
mean,
was still better than my best one
You-
so far tonight.
That
It
was-
is better than
you
all
can
mine.
buy a giant RV for the price of a small townhouse and
Seriously.
live in luxury.
I'll
on
tell
the
you what,
road.
trailer parks are going to be the new thing soon.
I would just
Right.
stay at a campground. I would get a seasonal, and then I would go to Florida or
Yeah.
something. I
Go
would
back and forth.
take- Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
So, anyways.
Anyways.
that was that.
Do we want to transition?
Yeah, we got to transition. So let's end this, guys.
We knew this was not going to be a
Well, I
short
told
episode.
you I was
can't, not with-
worried, and I didn't want to talk about Mount Washington because I'm not comfortable talking about myself as much. Surprisingly, a lot of people
I mean,
say
I feel like you
a
did
lot of
really-
people say that's lie, but I don't like to be. Have I ever been like I want to talk about my race?
Well, no, but the thing is that you like to converse with people. So if people are asking you questions,
I needed
then you
I
have,
needed
like,
it to be this way. I couldn't
Yeah.
have it just be just Erika and Blake. I'm
No,
sorry.
It worked
Blake
great.
sent me a message last night, and he goes, "Hey, thinking we should do a podcast. You, me, Sammy, Mo, Brian, a few others. So talk about Mount Washington." I'm like, "Yeah, I needed to plan that like 6 weeks ago."
Yeah.
Like that's a
Next
lot
year.
of
Well,
Dude,
I hope you
dude,
at least
Next year,
covered the
by the
highlights.
fire.
dude.
By the fire. People who run next year, you can come to the fire and we'll do a live recap of the race.
You guys, that's my
amazing.
contribution to
Wait a
our
second, how
team.
would you-
I will
there's,
bring
like, no service
the
up there.
solo stove.
We could figure it
I don't
out.
need service. I just got a smart ass
Yeah.
recorder, and
See-
I'll have the Rodecaster Pro by then.
That's
Yeah.
my contribution, the solo stove. I have a solo stove.
Perfect.
So I can travel with that and we're all
Solo
good.
stove.
Is
Yep.
he yelling at us?
No,
Okay.
My neighbors.
it's yelling at Tara, burping.
I know.
Shut up over there.
They're like, there's
All
a
right.
noise ordinance.
Let's end this because we need to record the foundation episode.
All right.
So I want to change this up. Tara and Lindsay might have a podcast one day. I want to hear you tell everyone how to find us and follow us and support the podcast.
All right. So you can
Talking to
follow
the
them-
microphone.
You can follow them on the Runs on Instagram. You can follow them on Facebook, although Facebook is not
We
the
don't do
preferred
that.
platform. This lovely lady over
You can
here-
follow us on TikTok. I will say
TikTok.
the reel that I posted yesterday has the most views on TikTok
I
so
haven't
so
even
far.
seen it.
Yes, almost at 2,000, and it's Eric's Mount Washington race.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to
So we're
get-
growing.
Am I gonna have to get TikTok?
Yes, we're
Yes,
getting
so I can-
followers, and so TikTok might be blowing up soon.
Yes.
And if you want to, you can follow or be a Patreon,
Yeah.
and you could. There's different tiers that you could be on if you want to be like a bottom tier, but that doesn't
There's-
mean that
Lover
you're a
or
bottom.
friend
Bottom
of
feeder.
the
Friend,
pod.
Yeah.
friend of the pod, $4.
Friend of the pod.
Lover of the
I
pod,
was
$9.
just going to do the Britney Spears,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
But also
There's different
YouTube.
levels.
Give them a follow on YouTube as
Subscribe
well.
to that YouTube channel.
The YouTube channel. And you know what else is a really great thing for us? And I say us because I am part of the
Venmo.
fam.
You can Venmo me.
No, Venmo, but also share. Share the story.
wait.
Share it in your stories.
Rate and
Tag
review.
us.
Rate and review.
Give us a review. Tell your
guys
friends
are
about
fans of
us.
this.
platform you listen on.
Yes.
Rate and review.
You got to
Yes.
grow it. We got to grow it.
I mean, if the review is going to be bad, then don't review.
No, we need to know the
that.
bad. We need to know the bad.
Can I? Ooh,
Email the bad.
Wait.
If you have a problem, email me.
Email before you vote.
No, we're not gonna extend this, Erica.
No, it
Stop.
takes 2 seconds. So the other day I was looking and
We're gonna be here till 11 p.m.
we missed a review.
I'm just gonna go right to my 4:30 a.m. run.
Is that tomorrow?
Half drunk.
I'll do it, and then I'll just drive. I got to go to Montreal tomorrow. I'll just drive after that. I'll go with you.
Oh God.
All right.
Montreal,
I have
really?
no idea where it went. I thought I did a screenshot, but we
Yeah.
missed a review from back before when Fletch LaRue did one. That was like 5 months ago. So
I think
will
Fletch
find
is
it.
Patrick, by the way.
It is, but
Okay.
he put Fletch, so I keep calling
Oh, I
him
was like, is that his name, Fletch? That's a
No, he
cool
was
name.
he was being cute. So
Love
I
that.
found a review. I will find it again, and we will read it and give it the
All right,
love
cool,
it deserves. So
cool.
we'll do that next
All
time.
right, cool. And then the only other thing is maybe Erica can another assignment that I think we gave to her back in the Peloton week we did.
Mm.
But some people have said, I don't want to be a Patreon, but I do want to support the pod. How can I do like a cup of coffee or something? So maybe we can figure that out one day.
Yeah.
I have options
Well, it
for
could be
you.
like Venmo.
I did
It
ve-
could be.
What
yeah,
about-
like
but
a?
I don't want people Venmoing me personally. I want them
No,
Venmoing.
so set up a yeah.
Working on it.
We need
You're
a
gonna hear-
store. We need a merch store.
Well, you're going to hear about that. We might have a company name,
oh.
and you'll hear about
Here
that on
we
the next
go.
episode. So we're going to leave you at that, guys. Don't fear the code Brown and Erica.
We love you guys. Thanks for sticking around for this extra long, super fun episode. And
To stretch. Don't forget to stretch. I was waiting
She was
for her
saying
to
that
say
like
it.
she was going to
I
forget
thought
it.
she was doing it, and she's giving me it. But we love you. Don't forget to stretch.
Oh gosh, that was a
I'm
train
gonna
wreck.
leave yours.
I gotta pee.
Three, two, one. Yo.